Hello YouTube, what is going on? GZTV back with another video. I'm so excited, man. I'm so happy that we're doing these scratches because this is a movie that I've been pretty much watching my whole life, like repeatedly, but I've never covered it on the channel, and it is such an iconic film. It is such a good movie. So yeah, we're talking about the 2001 horror film Jeepers Creepers. Victor Salva, obviously a lot of controversy with him. That's the first thing we gotta get off our chest before every Jeepers Creeper review, because this guy, he made a great movie, but some pretty shitty things happened about him. So yeah, let's get into the critical reception and the review. By the way, if you haven't watched this movie and you don't know what happens, I'm sure you should be able to kind of expect what happens, but let's get into the plot. So Trish Jenner and her brother Gary are traveling home from college for spring break. Seems relatable. I do that for my college. It's kind of funny, actually. As they drive through the Florida countryside, an old truck threateningly tailgates them, but eventually passes. Pretty much, damn near causing a road rage incident, riding their ass the entire way they're on the highway. They later stumble in the same truck mysteriously parked next to an abandoned church, with the driver dumping what appears to be bodies wrapped in blood-stained sheets into a large pipe sticking out of the ground. So already, pretty much damn near right at the start of the film, we see some suspicious shit going on. And this movie has some really good pacing. I feel like it's perfect. An hour and a half. Every Halloween, I feel like people should watch this movie. It is so good, man. I love this movie. Having noticed their car pass by, the driver pursues and runs them off the road, pretty much trying to scare them off. We kind of figure out the origin story of him later on in the movie, but yeah. So after the truck drives off, Derry convinces Trish to go back to the church to kind of investigate. Upon investigation, Derry hears noises coming from within the pipe and crawls inside with Trish holding onto his feet to kind of get a look. Obviously, this does not go to plan. He just wanted to look. He didn't want to go down there and inspect the place. So, yeah. Trish accidentally drops Derry and he falls to the bottom of the pipe. So yeah, it seems like he's pretty much stuck down there, but it's just a cellar of a church, so if you can find the way up the stairs, you can get out of there. And inside, he finds a dying man with stitches running down his stomach and hundreds of corpses sewn to the basement's walls and ceilings by this rope. It's not even regular stitches. It's this dude took rope and fucking ran it through their skin. Oh my god. Fucking nasty, man. This movie's not super graphic, but there's some pretty nasty looking things that are going on. So yeah, this includes the bodies on the walls and ceilings, the bodies of a prom couple that had gone missing 23 years prior. So they finally solved that mystery for themselves. Derry eventually finds his way out of the pipe, and he and Trish flee the scene and attempt to contact the police at a diner, trying to get the authorities' attention. This is a really fucked up thing that's happening out here. At the dinner, they are phoned by a strange woman who tells them they are in danger, and I'm pretty sure this is that Jewel girl or whatever, Giselle girl that talks to them later on in the film. She then plays the song Jeepers Creepers on a record player, telling them one of them will die screaming while hearing the song. Kind of fucking creepy and fucked up, but yeah, Jeepers Creepers. What an iconic song. That makes this film that much more iconic for that song. Confused, they ignore her warning and leave with two police officers providing a security escort. As they travel, the police learn that the church is caught on fire and any potential evidence has been destroyed. The creeper guy is pretty much destroyed. I don't know what the character's supposed to be called in this film. I guess he's just a monster is what people label him as. But, yeah. The police are then mauled and killed by the driver, who loads their bodies into the truck. Witnessing the aftermath, Trish and Derry drive off in terror, what the fuck did we just witness? So the pair stop at the house of a reclusive, elderly woman, begging her to call the police. They're trying to find anyone nearby, please call backup, we need help here. The woman complies until she notices the driver hiding in her yard, who kills her before revealing its inhuman face to Trish and Derry. And this is pretty much the first time in the film the killer reveals his face, or its face, whatever. Trish repeatedly runs the driver over with her car, but is left horrified as she sees a giant wing tear through its trench coat and flap in the air. This isn't just some superhuman, it's a fucking shapeshifter. Like, this thing takes on multiple forms. It's fucking crazy looking, man. At first you're like, oh, it's just like some like serial killer looking dude with like a weird mask on. And it's like, holy shit, it's like a creature. It's like a monster, genuinely. The pair leave and drive to a local police station where they are approached by psychic Giselle Gay Hartman, the woman who called them at the diner. What a character she is, man. Very, very interesting, for sure. She tells them the true nature of their pursuer. It is an ancient creature known as the Creeper, which is what they call it, which awakens every 23rd spring for 23 days to feast on human body parts, which then forms parts of its own body. It's like some sort of local legend, but in this case it's fucking real. So, yeah. She also tells them that it seeks out its victims through fear, and by smelling the fear from Trish and Derry, it has found something it likes, and it continues to pursue them until, I guess, they don't exhibit fear, or they just get away from it, or I guess you can't really kill it. It seems immortal. The wounded creeper arrives at the police station, cuts off the power, and devours several prisoners to heal. Yeah, that's how he heals. He fucking eats other people. Pretty much takes their damn nutrients. Like, it's a fucking sick creature, man. Not in a good way. The creeper is swarmed by police, but he kills a number of them and evades capture. You're not gonna kill this thing. It's pretty, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's immortal. I guess if you get it down enough to where it can't eat and you're just continuously hitting it with shit, I don't know. Trapped, Giselle warns Trish and Derry that one of them is doomed to die a terrible death, which is such a fucked up thing to say. Even if you're some sort of sidekick, let's say. But, yeah. Derry demands to know who, and Giselle looks at Trish. The creeper finds them, but spares Giselle before cornering Trish and Derry in an upstairs interrogation room. Does she, like, have connections, like, demonic connections with this creature? It's really weird, man. After sniffing them, the creature throws Trish aside and chooses Derry to take. Trish offers her life for her brothers, but the creeper escapes out of a window and flies away with Derry, and you think it's going to be... It's kind of crazy. This movie kind of flips the script on its head. You think it's going to be like a happily ever after film, but no, man. This Derry dies here, and it's such a surprising thing. It shifts from what a normal horror film would do. The next day, Trish is picked up by her parents, and Giselle returns home in regret that she couldn't, like, save the situation, like, knowing what was going to happen. In an abandoned factory, it is revealed that the creeper has removed the back of Derry's head and taken his eyes, all the while Jeepers Creepers plays on the creeper's record player. It's pretty brutal, actually. I mean, it's pretty cold-blooded, cold-hearted fucking horror film here. Like, the ending isn't happy. I mean, I like that, though. I like movies that take different directions and leave you with an unexpected ending. I think it's great. So, yeah, maybe this is going to be a short video, but let's get into the review. So, kind of getting into, like, the critical response and kind of what I think of the movie. I think it's a pretty damn good movie. Jeepers Creepers is a very promising movie. There are a couple bad things about it, I will say. I mean, the tension and suspense kind of deflates into genre cliches as the movie goes on. Yeah, it's very cliche, but not every movie has to be serious. You can have fun with, like, the creature. I don't know. I disagree on what that critic had to say. A lot of people say it's an average film. I would say it's above average. I don't think it's an exceptional film. I don't think it does a great job in necessarily anything. I think the creature design's fucking awesome, but yeah. It's a pretty good movie. A lot of people just don't like the second half of the movie. The film starts off really well. Once the creeper was revealed, the film surrenders its imagination of formulaic plot filler. I mean, there's not really any filler in this hour-and-a-half movie. I don't see where that happens. The film goes right down the pan after its opening scene, in that it is not genuinely scary or genuinely funny. I mean, I don't think it's either of those things either. I just think it's genuinely entertaining. So, yeah, you know, I mean, it had the scariest opening sequence of a lot of horror movies. There's a lot of, yeah, it's a very scary opener. I think they kick it off in a really good way. They pick up a lot of momentum in the beginning. Salva has expertly built up enough sheer terror that it is uncomfortable to watch. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the controversies with Salva. I can appreciate the art, maybe not the artist. Yeah. The film begins promisingly with an economical first half, but once its monster takes center stage, Jeepers Creepers heads downhill in a hurry. I really disagree with some of these. It's an unsettling, gory, but intelligent horror flick. It kind of gives you like a Scream vibe almost. Um, there were a lot of unexplained parts. I will say that's a pretty big con of the film. The film's pretty tragic, actually. I mean, like I don't know. It has a tragic ending. The writing, visual effects, and the finale of the film, I guess they could have been better to please the audience. I don't know. It would leave the viewer with a general sense of disappointment, I guess. The movie's good enough to put a chill into the late summer air, and it's good enough to like throw on during Halloween and have a good time. I guess it's not an excellent movie. I didn't think there would be that many negative reviews. I'm just kind of using this to respond to that because what? I don't think this is a bad movie at all, to be honest. I don't want to glaze the fuck out of the movie and just sit here and act like it's the greatest thing I've ever fucking seen. But I would definitely watch that on Halloween for years to come. I think it's a really good movie. I'm out, guys. I gotta get going. I gotta leave for class in 20 minutes. I still have to put the clips together and get this uploaded. So, peace out.